Hi friends, today I want to show you something most people never see. How a PCR diagnostic test actually goes from scientific idea to something doctors use on real patients. Because what happens behind the scene is far more complex than most people imagine. A single diagnostic test can take years to develop and may never reach the market at all. So before we delve into the real process, let's first look at what most people think happens. Most people imagine diagnostic development is pretty straightforward. Scientists create a test in the lab, companies manufacture it, and then hospital use it. But the reality is completely different. Developing one PCR diagnostic test can take 5 to 10 years, requires millions in investment, and pass through multiple validation regulatory stages. And even after all that, many diagnostic ideas never reach the market. So, why does this complexity actually matter? This development journey affects every diagnostic test you have ever encountered. COVID tests, TB tests, cancer mutation tests, genetic screening all went through this exact process. And understanding it explains why diagnostics are expensive, why approvals take so long, and why new tests don't appear overnight. PCR diagnostics are not just lab experiments, they are engineered medical products. So, what does this entire journey actually look like? To understand the full picture, here is the journey a diagnostic must go through. First, define the medical problem, then, identify what to detect, then, design the assay, then, validate performance in lab, then, test in real patients, then, pass through regulatory review, and finally, manufacture it at scale. Fail any one of these, the product never launches. And everything begins with one fundamental step. Every diagnostic starts with defining the clinical need. What problem are we solving? Who needs the test? When it will be used? What sample is available? How fast must result come? How accurate must it be? If the test does not change medical decision, development stops immediately because a diagnostic that does not improve patient care has no value. Once the clinical problem is clear, the next step is deciding what to detect. Now, scientists must identify the biological signal the test will detect. This is called the biomarker. It could be pathogen DNA, viral RNA, mutations, resistant genes, or tumor specific sequence. But it must be present in patients, absent in healthy individuals, stable in samples, and detectable across disease stages. Most biomarker candidates fail because biology is messy and populations are diverse. Once the target is chosen, scientists must build a system that can detect it. This is where the actual PCR detection system is engineered. Scientists design primers, probes, reaction chemistry, and controls. But detecting purified DNA is easy. Detecting tiny amounts of target in real clinical samples is extremely difficult. Samples contain inhibitors, degraded material, and huge variability. So, developers run hundreds or sometimes thousands of optimization experiments. This is engineering, not just experimentation. And this is where many people assume the test is ready, but it isn't. Working in a research lab does not guarantee real world performance. A true diagnostic must perform reliably across different operators, different machines, different environments, variable sample quality, and long storage periods. In simple terms, it must work everywhere, every time, and many promising tests fail right here. So, developers must prove the test works consistently. Now, the focus shifts to providing technical performance. Developers measure detection limits, specificity, reproducibility, and robustness. Hundreds or thousands of test runs are performed. Any inconsistency must be resolved before moving forward. This proves the test works scientifically, but laboratory performance alone is not enough. Next, the test faces the ultimate challenge, real patients. Patient samples introduce biological variability, co infections, treatment effects, and very low biomarker level. The test must match clinical truth, not just laboratory expectations. If clinical accuracy is insufficient, years of development can end here. Even if it works clinically, the test still cannot be sold yet. Before reaching hospitals, the test must pass through regulatory scrutiny. Authorities evaluate safety, reliability, and performance. Developers submit design documentation, risk analysis, validation data, manufacturing controls, and quality systems. Without regulatory clearance, the test never reaches patients. Once approved, a completely different challenge begins. Now, the challenge shifts from science to industrial production. Making a few tests is easy. Making millions of identical tests is extremely difficult. Manufacturers must ensure stability, consistency, packaging integrity, and cold chain control. Every kit must perform the same anywhere in the world, but production alone still isn't enough. A diagnostic must also work with real healthcare systems. It must be affordable, easy to use, instrument compatible, scalable to manufacture, and supported by reliable supply chains. Engineering and economics shape what actually reaches the market. And this is exactly why many diagnostics ideas never succeed. Here is a reality most people don't realize. More than half of the diagnostic concepts never reach commercialization. Not because the science was wrong, but because reliability wasn't high enough. Clinical results weren't strong enough, manufacturing could not scale, or regulatory standards weren't met. Clinical decision making requires extremely high reliability. So, what does this entire journey really tell us? A PCR diagnostic is far more than a laboratory experiment. It is a fully engineered medical product built through years of discovery, testing, regulation, and industrial precision. Reliable diagnostics are not discovered, they are engineered, proven, and earned. And behind every small diagnostic kit is an enormous amount of invisible work. Thank you for listening, and if you like this video, please press the like button and share it with your friends. And press the subscribe button to receive more such interesting contents. Thank you.